Harish, Harish, Sweta, say about gravimetric method. Pavitra, Sri Lakshmi, say what all we have discussed. So nobody is attending class, huh? Sri Lakshmi, Pavitra P.
Ma'am,
Yeah, say what we have discussed yesterday.
what is gravimetry definition, ma'am?
Okay.
Types of gravimetric analysis.
Hmm.
Mm, digestion,
Hmm.
precipitate, ma'am.
Okay.
Solubility product.
Okay. Common ion effect. This all we have discussed. Okay. Good. Pavitra. So we have discussed regarding principle and steps involved in gravimetric method. In that types of gravimetric method, what is gravimetric method, and steps involved in gravimetric analysis. This all we have discussed. And in about precipitate, the factors that affects precipitate we have discussed. In that solubility product and common ion effect, both we have discussed. The next class we'll be discussing the remaining part of gravimetry. Now let's move on to complexometric part 3. Complexometric titration has not get over. We have not completely discussed. Today we'll cover that. Okay. So now let's see about complexometric titration. So here we have already discussed about definition. What is complexometry or chelatometry? Here we can analyze different metal ions present in solution. Then classification of um, complexometric titration we have discussed in the direct titration, back titration, replacement titration, and indirect or alkalimetric titrations we have seen, right? Now let's move on to, and we have seen some example for direct titration by complexometric method, right? And when to choose other type of titration than direct titration. What are the drawbacks during direct titration arises, and how we can overcome this direct titration? That is achieved by back titration or replacement titration or alkalimetric titration. Now let's move on to the third part of complexometric titration, that is metal ion indicators. Metal ion indicators are otherwise known as PM indicators. Okay, PM indicators, metallic indicators. So metal ion indicators. It is important question from metal ion indicators will be asked in main exam. So it is important topic under complexometric method. So let's see what is metal ion indicator. It is an ionochromic dye. Ionochromic dye. Iono represents ion. Chrome represents colored. Dye also gives color. Okay. So it is a dye. Indicators usually will be dye nature. So they will be of ionochromic dye, and that undergoes a definite color change. Will be going with definite color change in presence of specific metal ion. So free indicator will be having some color. When it is forming complex with metal ions, it will give different color change. That is why it is acting as metal ion indicator. Okay. So when indicator is binding with any other metal ion, it forms complex. And that is called as, and that will lead different. color change. Okay, so that we are taking as indicator color change, and it forms a weak complex. This indicator will form the weak complex. So it forms a weak complex with the ions present in the solution. Okay, so metal ion indicator forms weak complex. This you have to note down, since if it forms strong complex with the metal ion, and metal ion will not be analyzed with the titrant. Titrant will be what? EDTA, ethylene diamine tetrastic acid. Actually, metal ion should be reacting with EDTA. So this forms strong complex and stable complex. Then only we can analyze your compound with indicator. When indicator is acting as weak complex with metal ion. Okay, it should form weak complex only with metal ion. Which one? Indicator. Whereas your metal ion forms strong and stable complex with a titrant. Titrant is what? ADTA in complexometric method. Got it? So what is metal ion indicator? It is an ionochromic dye, and it goes color change in presence of some specific metal ions. So free indicator will be having a separate color, where it is when it is binding with metal ion, it will be having some color. So this color change represents the titration has been completed, end point of the titration. Okay, how it is forming color change, what type of complex it forms with the metal? Weak complex. Unlike your titrant forms strong complex and stable complex. At what pH it forms strong complex? What pH? It is forming strong complex at 9 to 11 pH. In basic pH, it forms strong complex. Which one? Your titrate and titrant. Titrate will be metal ion. Titrant is EDTA. Indicator is what? Eriochrome black. EBT I told, right? That we have discussed earlier. EDTA. Here you can see EBT indicator, Eriochrome black tea, or modern black 2. This is the indicator employed. So titrate will be having metal, calcium, magnesium, likewise, where titrant will be of EDTA in complexometric titration, and indicator is of modern black 2 chalcone mixture that we are discussing now, right? So these are all the indicators used in complexometric titration. Common indicator used is EBT, that is Eriochrome black tea. This is otherwise called as Mordant black 2. Mordant black 2, that you have seen the spelling of Mordant. Mordant black 2, Mordant black 2, or Eriochrome black tea, or Solochrome black tea. It may be called with three names. EBT is called with three names: Solochrome, Eriochrome, and modern black 2. Okay, and this is the common indicator used in complexometric titration. A metal ion indicator, what type of complex it forms with the metal? Weak complex with the ions present in the solution, and which has a significantly different color from the form existing outside the complex. So definitely this color change makes to find out the endpoint. Okay, so what is complex metric indicators, are otherwise known as PM indicators, metallic indicators, that is negative log of metal ion concentration. M represents negative log of metal ion concentration. So it is called as PM indicator. What are metal ion indicators? PM indicators. So indicators used in complexometric titration are called as PM indicators. If the question asked as PM indicators, what you will write? Complexometric indicator. What is the common indicator used in complexometry? What is the common indicator used? EBT. What is EBT? Eriochrome black tea. Or what is the other name for Eriochrome black tea? Mordant mixture, Mordant black 2 or Solochrome black tea. So it may be called with three names. Okay, so this is about metal ion indicator. Now here the reaction represents metal ion with indicator. It forms a weak complex. When EDTA is added, indicator will be replaced and metal EDTA strong complex will be formed. Since indicator forms weak complex with metal only, EDTA could be forming strong and stable complex with the metal ion, and the free indicator is released. Okay, and this free indicator color will be varying. When indicator binding with the metal ion will be having different color. So this color change represents the complete reaction of metal ion with EDTA. So this represents how much quantity of metal ion exists in the solution. So from this reaction you can understand better about complexometric titration. This is conical flask content, metal indicator, conical flask content, EDTA is burette content. When EDTA from the burette is added to the conical flask, what it forms? Metal EDTA strong complex at the pH of basic pH 9 to 11 pH, 9 to 11 pH. At 11 pH, this stable complex is formed and the free indicator is released. Okay, so in the conical flask indicator, when it is binding with the metal ion, it will be having different color, and when it is converted to free form, it will be having different color. So this represents the end point of titration. Once all the metal ion bound with EDTA, it will give means endpoint with the free indicator color. It is indicated with the color of free indicator. So this is the reaction representing complexometric titration. Okay, here you can see the metal indicator complex. That is metal indicator complex concentration of this will be equal to the concentration of metal ion and indicator ion present in the solution. So this is about metal ion indicator. Now let's see some examples of metal ion indicators. Murexide, solochrome black. So it may be called as EBT or mordant black 2. Then calmagite. Then pyrocatechol violet. Pyrocatechol violet. So these are all the four indicators are acting as metal ion indicators. Murexide will be having at particular pH, it will be existing with different colors. It is the color of indicator. Less than pH 9, it will be existing with red violet complex, means red and violet colored dye. Then from 9 to 11 pH, it shows violet color. And more than pH 11 it shows blue color. So this is the color of free indicator for each type, and when it is binding with metal ion, it will be giving different color that is represented here in the table. Color of metal ion complex, where murexide gives orange color with copper ion, yellow with nickel and cobalt ion, and where red color with calcium ion. Likewise, solochrome black will give in pH from 7 to 11, color change is from blue to red. Blue will be the color of free indicator, where red color will be the combination of metal ion complex, or it is the color of complex. Solochrome black with metal complex, where calmagite will give a different color at different pH, and it also shows the same color change like solochrome black, okay, from blue to red. So calmagite and solochrome black are giving the same color complexometric titration. Where pyrocatechol violet, another indicator, also shows different colors from acidic to basic pH, and here you can observe the pH range from 2 to 6. It is converted to yellow to blue with bismuth and thorium. And then pH 7 violet to blue. At neutral pH it will be converted to violet to blue, and in basic pH it exists as blue. Mostly violet to blue it is converted. And this table represents different indicators, complexometric indicators, and their chemical structure. Okay, colmagite, how it appears. What is the chemical structure of colmagite? Ediochrome black 2 or solochrome black 2 or modern black tea. What is the chemical structure? Then muracite. One more is silenol orange. Hmm? Silenol orange, then pyrocatechol violet. These are the chemical structure of the indicators, complexometric indicators, or metal ion indicators or PM indicators. Here you can find 5 types of PM indicators, and its a color change during free indicator. Then when it forms metal ion complex, what is the color change? Here we can observe. Okay, this is about metal ion indicators, and here some more examples of different metal ion indicators, PM indicators: pyrocatechol violet, itizone, ediochrome black tea, chalcone carboxylic acid, chalcone mixture, it is hydroxynaphthol blue, muracite. Pan represents 1,2 pyridyl azo, 2 naphthol, then tallinn purple, tyrone, silenol orange. And what type of metal ion it binds and forms complex? So what is the color change? Color with metal ion, color without metal ion. This is pre-indicator color. This is metal ion color. This table also useful to understand the color change of different indicator in free form and complex form. And this table represents chemical structure and pKa values, all the things, and color of indicator at different pH. Can observe. And this also represents the same color of flea indicator at different pH and the color change during metal ion complex formation. Now let's move on to the fourth part, masking and demasking agents in complexometric titration. What are masking and demasking agents? Okay. So how many parts we have discussed now in 3 parts? Got over in complexometric titration. The first one is definition, definition of complexometry. Classification we have discussed, 4 types of classification, and then third part is metal ion indicators. 3 parts over. First one is definition for complexometry. Second part is different types of complexometric titration or classification. Then third is metal ion indicators. Now we have discussed what are metal ion indicators. Ionochromic dye, it forms complex with metal ion. It has different color at free form and complex form, and it forms a weak complex with metal ion, and it will not interfere with the metal complex formation, means with EDTA, metal EDTA complex. It won't interfere since it forms a weak complex, where metal will form strong complex with the titrant. It won't be interfering. Okay. And then these are called as PM indicators or complexometric indicators. Okay, indicators can be called as complexometric indicators, PM indicators, or metal ion indicators. 3 names indicators are called with. So when it is the Austin exam to write about PM indicators, what you will write? Complexometric indicators. What are complexometric indicators? Muracite, solochrome black, or ediochrome black, or modern black 2, colmagite, pyrocatechol violet, silenol orange. This all. And here some more in this table. You can find some more indicators also. You can use all those indicators as example while writing in the exam. Now let's move on to the fourth part, that is masking and demasking agents. Masking represents what? Like we are wearing masks to avoid the interference, or to avoid the contact with infecting particles, infections, microbes. Likewise, during titration, we want to avoid interfering substances. That is called masking. So, masking agent used in complexometric titration to prevent the element from interfering in the analysis of another element. Your analyte, you will be aiming for analyzing some element represent metal here. Okay, so you will be focusing
Ma'am,
on
doubt, ma'am.
some metal like calcium means what?
மேம்
Yeah,
நம்ம
ask.
ஓல்ட் ஹாக்ஸ் மெத்தட் மாடிஃபைட் ஓல்ட் ஹாக்ஸ் மெத்தட் பண்றோம்ல மேம்,
Yes.
நைட்ரோபென்சின் யூஸ் பண்றோம்ல மேம், அதுவும் மாஸ்கிங் ஏஜென்ட்.
Dinitrobenzene, அது மாஸ்கிங் தான். அதுவும்
Ah,
மாஸ்கிங் தான். It will be
okay.
like a thick liquid. It will cover the precipitate. அது precipitate cover பண்ணுது. ஓகேவா? அது வந்து என்ன
Okay, ma'am.
சொல்றது, காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆகல. It acts as a coating. Since it is a thick liquid, it forms a coat only. Okay, but
Okay, ma'am.
here what
Okay.
happens, masking means directly it is forming some complex and it will be eliminated from the reaction only. Here chemical
Okay,
change
ma'am.
occurs.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, masking
Okay, ma'am.
agent
Okay, ma'am.
makes complex or it forms complex with metal ion. Whichever metal ion is interfering with the titration, with that metal ion your masking agent will form complex. Chemical reaction occurs there. Right.
Okay,
It
ma'am.
forms a separate
Okay,
complex
ma'am.
and it will not interfere in the titration. Where in precipitation titration, what happens? The precipitate is just covered with a thick liquid called dinitrobenzene. Okay.
Okay,
So,
ma'am. Oh, thank you, ma'am.
thank you. So what is masking agent? Then it will form a different complex, a separate complex with the element which is interfering in the analysis. Okay, of another element. So you will be aiming for some element like calcium. If magnesium is interfering, then that magnesium will be complexed with complexing agent. So it will be removed from the reaction as separate complex, and your calcium metal, whatever you are aiming for, will be existing in the solution. So it is easy to titrate with EDTA. Got it? So for that purpose, masking agent is used. When one or more, two or more metal ions present in the solution, it may affect your titration, and in order to get accurate endpoint and to proceed a titration in a accurate manner, we'll be using masking agent. Okay. What is demasking agent? It will release the masking of that complex formed with the masking agent, metal complex formed with the masking agent. So demasking agent, it will remove the masking agent and it will release the metal which form complex with the masking agent. Okay. What is the role of demasking? Demasking means the deletion of masking process. So it acts as demasking agent. Whatever masking agent formed complex with element, interfering element, will be demasked with demasking agent so that the masked element will be released for the reaction. So once the calcium, for example, calcium we have taken, calcium has been analyzed with EDTA. What will be existing? The magnesium that formed a complex with the masking agent will exist in the solution. So if you add demasking agent, once the calcium titration is over, then if you add demasking agent, what happens? It will remove the masking of magnesium. Now magnesium will be released in the solution for titration with EDTA. Likewise, the metals will be masked and demasked accordingly for the better titration process. Okay, so that masking and demasking agents are in during complexometric titration. Okay, got it? Are you getting my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Since I have got a call now, that's what I asked. So now let's see what are masking and demasking agent. A mixture of, here with an example I have quoted, a mixture of zinc and magnesium can be determined by treating the mixture with potassium cyanide, which would form a complex with zinc ion. Potassium cyanide forms complex with zinc ion, and the magnesium ions can be titrated with EDTA. So now zinc cyanide will be formed. So KCN, potassium cyanide, acts as masking agent and it forms complex with zinc ion, zinc metal. So zinc cyanide complex is formed and it will not interfere with the titration of magnesium. Now magnesium ions can be titrated with EDTA. So this process is called masking process, and KCN acts as masking agent. Which metal it masks? Zinc metal. And which is freed for analysis? Magnesium. Now magnesium can form complex with EDTA, and here this EDTA acts as titrant. Then masked zinc ion, once all the magnesium ion formed a complex with EDTA, if it reached end point of the titration, then masked zinc ion can be liberated, can be liberated or demasked, by treating with aldehydes such as formaldehyde. So these aldehydes are acting as demasking agents. It removes the complex between potassium cyanide and zinc, and it releases free zinc ion, and now zinc ions are ready for titrating with EDTA. So this type of reaction, masking and demasking, helps in analyzing two or more metal ions in the solution. In the single sample, if the sample is having two or more metal ions without interference, how we can analyze means by means of masking and demasking agents. Okay, so this is how masking and demasking agents are utilized in complexometric titration. Okay, it avoids interference of each metal, and then it gives accurate endpoint of titration. Here are some examples of interfering heavy metals and complexing agents, masking agents. These are all sodium sulfide, thioacetamide, thioglycerol, ammonium fluoride, dimercaprol, potassium iodide, disodium catechol disulfonate, triethanolamine. These are all different masking agent used with particular interfering metal ions. Okay, and this will be demasked with aldehydes. Demasking agents are aldehydes. Metal can form a complex with any masking agent, and the masked metal will be demasked with aldehydes. Mainly formaldehyde is used as demasking agent. Here all you can find some masking agent, class of masking agents: cyanides, fluorides, phosphates, iodides, citrates, diethyl dithiocarbamate, sulfide, thiosulfate. These are all different class of masking agents and interfering metals, to which it forms complex and it masks the metal for interfering in the titration. Same demasking of same I have focused what we have discussed here. Cyanide, using cyanide complex form, that is removed by formaldehyde. Okay, an addition of demasking agent, formaldehyde combined with acetic acid as a mixture we can use as demasking agent. And the demasking gets over this of magnesium sulfate and calcium gluconate. Here I have given the reference. Okay, in the YouTube link, find the animation of magnesium sulfate estimation, so that you will interchange and all. Observe this video and refer the PDF attached for both the methods, estimation of magnesium sulfate and calcium gluconate. I'll be attaching a PDF in the classroom. It will be posted by 10:30. Okay, you can read from the PDF how it is estimated. Principle, procedure, calculation, everything is given. And the same you will be carrying during practicals also. Okay. Now let me share with you the animation of magnesium sulfate, and I will explain now. The same link what I have given in the PPT. Observe the reaction, magnesium sulfate estimation by disodium EDTA. Here is the reaction. Magnesium sulfate reacts with the disodium EDTA and it forms sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate and magnesium EDTA complex. So here is the magnesium sulfate, EDTA is chosen. Magnesium sulfate is weighed, EDTA of 0.05 molar is taken in the beaker. Next, you are taking the burette. This is mechanical stirrer, magnetic stirrer. We will be always shaking in the hand only. Continuous mixing will be done with hand only. You can use magnetic stirrer also for mixing. So first, the burette is filled with the standard solution of EDTA 0.05 molar solution. Is transferred to the burette. Yeah, to the mark 0 to 50. This will be maximum capacity of burette will be 50 ml. And here the conical flask is found. No, burette content is what? Known concentration of EDTA. That is your titrant EDTA. Here is the chemical structure you can find. Now add magnesium sulfate to the conical flask. Magnesium sulfate. Now it is mixed with the solvent, water, and allow it to join the knob to stir. The stirrer, magnetic stirrer. So it is mixing the solution.
Ma'am, video therla ma'am.
And now add the indicator, buffer solution, ammonium called buffer. Clear வரலப்பா அது யூடியூபே அவ்வளோதான் கிளாரிட்டி. அதுக்கு தான் நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றேன். உங்களுக்கு வேர்ட்ஸ் புரியலன்னு தான் நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றேன். ஜஸ்ட் அப்சர்வ். ஓகே
மேம் வீடியோவே வரல மேம்.
மேம் வீடியோவே
கிளாரிட்டி அவ்வளோதான் இருக்கு. Now you can see the புரியல.
ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர்
வரலீங்களா?
ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் ஆகல
ஸ்கிரீனே ஷேர் ஆகல மேம்.
வந்ததே நான் பார்த்து இப்பதான் ஸ்டாப் ஆயிருக்கு. அப்போ ஸ்டாப் ஆயிருக்கும். ஜஸ்ட் வெயிட், நான் இன்னொருக்கா ஷேர் பண்றேன். வந்ததுப்பா இடையில செகண்ட். இப்போ தெரியுதா? இப்போ ஷேர் ஆகலையாப்பா?
No, ma'am.
நோ மேம்.
நோ மேம்.
வெயிட் ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கும். I'll check it. You are presenting தான் வருது. Sorry, network connection loss, that's why. Wait, I'll join back. Can you see now?
Yes, ma'am.
மேம்
Yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So burette and known concentration of molarity 0.05 molar EDTA in the burette. You have to take ammoniacal buffer. This pink color represents buffer solution, and in the plate you can find magnesium sulfate. This is the sample is added. Magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is metal. And magnesium sulfate salt is added. It is dissolved with distilled water. Now water is added and started stirring by means of magnetic stirrer, and the solution formed a homogeneous solution. Magnesium sulfate completely dissolved in distilled water. Now buffer solution is added to maintain. So in the beginning itself Once the sample is dissolved, at the beginning itself we are adding the buffer solution, that is a basic buffer, ammonium ammoniacal buffer TA. We are adding what buffer, and then indicator is added. Just wait, again network issue. You can find the red color, right? Red color is the color of indicator. That is EBT. Here EBT. It is also known as Eriochrome black tea, Solochrome black tea, and modern black tooth. This is what we have seen in the under metal ion indicators. So the common indicator is what? EBT. It may be called as Solochrome black tea or modern black too. And now the titration is started. So indicator metal complex color is what? Magnesium. Indicator complex color is red. Now it is converted to blue. Blue color. So at the endpoint, EDTA has been started adding. Now the color is changed to blue color. This is your endpoint. What actual reaction occurs means, that's what shown here. Magnesium sulfate. It is converted as ions in solution form. When it is dissolved in water, it is converted as ionic form, and it is buffered with ammonia. That's what you have seen, ammonia that is spreaded. Now Eriochrome black tea, EBT, is added. It forms complex with magnesium. So that has been shown red color. This is the actual mechanism behind complexometry in the conical flask. So you have seen red color in the beginning. Now disodium EDTA is added to the solution from the burette. Sodium is converted to sodium sulfate, where EDTA bonds with magnesium to form magnesium EDTA, and the magnesium is removed from EDTA. Since indicator metal complex is weak complex, now the color is so all the magnesium formed complex with EDTA. Now only free indicator exists in the solution. What is the color of free indicator? Blue color. That's what your point reached and gave as blue color. With blue color. Okay, free in the red color was metal inter, and this is the formula using which we can find out the percentage purity of sample. So percentage purity of magnesium sulfate equals to volume of disodium EDTA, that is titer value. Then actual molarity. What is the actual molarity we found through standardization of EDTA? And this is equivalent weight factor. 1 ml of EDTA consumes how much gram of magnesium sulfate? That is 0.00616 equivalent weight factor. Then divide by weight of magnesium sulfate, how much weight it is added to the conical flask for analysis, into actual molarity, that is 0.05 molar of EDTA, into 100 will give you percentage purity of magnesium sulfate. Is the calculation for magnesium sulfate analysis. Got it? So applying all the value here, titer value is 40 sulfate has been taken, and multiplying with all the factors will be getting percentage purity, that is of 98.56 percentage of magnesium sulfate was found. Unit will be percentage weight by volume. Solid of the weight, solid of magnesium sulfate has been taken and it is dissolved in a particular volume. So that is called as percentage weight by volume. Okay, so with this animation of complexometric method gets over. Okay, hope you have understood. If you want to clarify the doubts, again you can observe the video with the given link in PPT. Okay, I'll be uploading PPT, PDF, everything in the classroom now. Okay, thank you all. If any doubt, you can clarify now, or else we'll meet in the next class. I will be evaluating your assignments class test soon. Okay. Due to continuous classes, I couldn't concentrate on your on evaluating your test papers. Only half I have completed. I will be completing and posting your marks. Okay. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
No doubt, no? Clear, right? Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.